K through 12. And so any way I can lend support and help to this system, I am there for you all. A couple of weeks ago, we had the superintendent on. He gave a great update about the school system. And today, we have the interim recruitment manager and the HR director here to talk about employment opportunities and careers with the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. Welcome. Thank you all so much for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get a little closer to the mic, that way we can make sure that, as I am, yeah, there we are. Okay, so I'd like to begin by first introducing yourselves and talk about what you do and your role in your organization.
Start with me?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Nicola Hall. I am the Chief HR Officer. The Director of HR is Bianca Williams.
Oh, okay. You're the
She's
Chief
not here
HR
with me.
Officer.
No worries.
Okay.
So everything HR related, one-stop shop, that is what I do.
Okay.
From the beginning of your career to the end of your career.
Okay.
So I take care of the entire thing, all
Okay.
6,000 employees.
6,000 employees in the
Yes.
East Baton Rouge Parish School
Yes.
System. Oh, you're quite busy.
Very busy, but never too busy for y'all.
Next.
Good morning to everyone listening. My name is Darlene Winfield Jarvis, and I currently have the opportunity to serve as the HR Director for BREC. As my panelists have already shared, HR, we take care of you from the beginning, and we say the same thing, from the beginning to death sometimes. But our goal is to retire you. We have a lot of opportunities within our agency, and we definitely looking forward to people to come in and apply.
Okay. And last but definitely not least.
Good morning. My name is Edward Roberts. I'm the interim recruitment manager for the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. As recruitment manager, my job is to get out there and find people who are interested in working and providing opportunities for them to work in our system.
Okay, excellent, excellent. So let's start off with the first question. What you're hiring for? What types of positions are currently available within your organizations?
I'll jump right in. We currently have over 60 vacancies within our organization.
Over how many?
60.
60?
60. And
How many employees does BREC have?
At our peak, we have about 1,200 employees.
Wow.
Year round, we have about 900, 450 full-time, and about 450 part-timers as well.
Wow.
So, yes, we are
Big
actively
organization.
recruiting. We post our jobs every Friday after 2 p.m. Currently, we have opportunities within park operations, planning and engineering, superintendent's office, human resources, and our recreation department, and also finance.
Oh, wow. So BREC has 60 job vacancies right now.
Right now.
And they're across various departments. And so where does an individual go to apply for those jobs?
You are always welcome to come into our main office at 6201 Florida Boulevard. Our office is open from 8:30 to 4:30 to assist with applications. If you don't want to come in person, you can always go to our website at www.brec.org and you could hit careers.
Okay, so it's interesting because this week I've spent time in Scotlandville Magnet High School training some of their students on interviewing and preparing a resume and doing applications. And I told them a lot of jobs, you can't really walk in the door anymore and apply. Everything's online. But BREC still has an office on Florida Boulevard where if you don't have access to the internet, you can actually walk in and get assistance in applying for jobs.
And that is correct.
Oh, well, good. That's a good thing.
And we just had what we call an application fair about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because we are seeing challenges to help remove the barriers some people have with completing an application. Maybe they're not technologically savvy. Maybe they don't know or need assistance just typing the information in. And we're doing that once a quarter to assist persons, and it's open all day, and they can come in and we'll help. But every day we have someone available to assist someone to do an application.
Wow, that's really going beyond most of my clients and folks that I work with and organizations that I know in order to assist people to apply and attain jobs. So kudos to BREC for doing that.
Thank you.
Ms. Hall,
Yeah.
what's going on
I
at
was
East
waiting
Baton
for you
Rouge
guys
Parish
to
School
go on.
System?
Oh, yeah. let me
Y'all
tell you.
hiring too?
Oh, yeah, we always hiring.
What are y'all hiring for?
So we have vacancies from child child nutrition bus operator. I'm going to tee it up for my recruitment manager so he could share some additional awesome details that we have cooking.
Okay.
So we have child nutrition bus operators. We also have support staff, paraprofessionals, ESS paraprofessionals. We also have teachers from all different subject areas. But the cool thing about what we do and what we have transitioned into is because of the shortages. So I honestly believe, and I've been watching the trends for a while, that teacher shortage been coming down the pipeline for years, right? COVID exacerbate the whole situation, right? And now we're here. What are we going to do about it? And my job, because I love to compete, I like to be top baller. I have to figure out a way how to be innovative and ahead of the curve. So we do things a little bit different. So we have these DMV style, very similar to what she just stated. So we call it a DMV style approach. So you go to DMV, you get a number, and you go up to the teller or whoever that person's behind the counter, and they sit with you and they go through your entire process to get a license or to get your car registered. Same situation. We look at all the employees or applicants in our system who got stuck for whatever reason because they're missing paperwork. And when it comes to the education department, there is a plethora a paperwork requirement that's needed. And sometimes you don't have all the paperwork already. And you got to run around over there. So what we've done is, send personal emails to folks that said, hey, I'm Nicola Hall, Chief HR. Come on over and meet me on such and such date with my HR team. We sit them down at our location, IRC 1050 Foster, South Foster, and we dedicate 2 hours. You come in, we provide snacks, water, and we just hang out. You come in and you sit down with a person from HR for about 10 minutes. Okay. And we walk you through your application process. The goal is when you walk in, confused and disoriented and not sure what needs to happen, you walk out from that space clear about your next steps with a background check, fingerprint check, or a intent to hire form for you to go ahead, take care of that last piece, and then to get you onboarded. That has led us a very successful. It's a tedious task.
I was about to say.
But the biggest thing about this is relationship. People will stick with you because you care about them, right? People are not numbers. And I always remember where I came from. And I will always stay committed to that process. So in any which way we could help to facilitate that, bridging the gap of helping people to become a family member of EBR, not just an employee. We love the warm and fuzzy feeling. And that's the approach we've been taking, is to be innovative, think outside the box, and celebrate the things that we have. So I'm saying this, and if I have a few more minutes to share, I'm excited.
We can feel the energy.
Okay, so because we're competing with different districts around Baton Rouge and Louisiana for the same folks in the same bucket, right? We're all fishing from the same pool. We never took the time to elevate the different type of resources we have. So for example, EBR, you get paid twice a month, bi-weekly. There's some districts you get paid once a month. That's a big difference, right? We have all these different health benefits, dental benefits, wellness. We do pop-up pep rallies. We offer massages, Massages? Oh, yeah. Okay. We come out, taste testing. We got our regional chefs that comes out along with the massages. We pair that up. We pay for your certification. We pay for further your education. So all these little different nuggets that we have, that's the goal. That's the point now where we're moving from that angle. It's not about, teachers don't make a lot. We do know. And we're trying to change that. But in the interim, what is it that we got that everybody else want? Right?
So you're building a fun culture. You're building a culture in your HR department at EBR.
Every time you come to HR on any given day, at any time, there's always something popping off over there. It's always a good time. As much as we're stressed and the job is stressful in itself, we have to find a way to celebrate and elevate.
Well, you're making it sound so exciting to go work at East Baton Rouge Parish School System.
It is exciting.
Great to hear that. Did you have anything you want to add about recruiting, and like what types of people do you look for that align with this culture that Ms. Hall is speaking about?
Yes, sir. Just to kind of extend on what she was talking about with some of the things that we're trying to do, to engage more people in our community. Our Connect to Succeed program, part of what she was mentioning, is a program that we have 2 times a month. the second Tuesday of each month, we are inviting anyone interested in being a bus operator, anyone interested in working with child nutrition paraprofessionals, to come into central office so that we can give them more information.
So let's say that one more. So if you're interested in any of these jobs at the East Baton Rouge Parish School System, twice a month you kind of have an open house.
Yes.
I think that's exciting for people to hear. And when do they find out about these open house? Or are they regular, or monthly?
It's regular, the second Tuesday of every month.
Second Tuesday of every month,
sir.
At the Foster Drive location?
Yes,
Exactly.
that is correct.
If you're from
Wow.
4 to 6.
4 to 6.
If you're interested in child nutrition, if you're interested in bus operators, if you're interested in being a paraprofessional, if you just want some information about a job, we're inviting you in.
Oh, wow. That's great.
The fourth Tuesday of each month, we're inviting teachers. Anyone interested in becoming a teacher?
Fourth Tuesday of every month on Foster Drive. If you want to be a teacher, show up at the school system.
Yes.
And I think one of the big things about this is that a lot of people don't understand that they have what they need to become a teacher, or they have what they need to become a bus driver, or they have what they need to become a paraprofessional. They just don't have the information.
That's why we're here.
Exactly. So we try and have that information there for them. So for those people who have, let's say, applied, and we see a lot of people who apply, but they're not finished. They're missing this or they're missing that. They're not quite sure where to find it or what they need to do. These events kind of help them with that, because not only do we help them with the applications, we have a person sitting there with them looking at their applications, seeing what's missing, and letting them know, hey, let's get this in, let's get that in, so we can move you on to the next stage of hiring.
I really like the way you all are connecting with candidates.
Yeah.
That's a great job, East Baton Rouge Parish School System. Something to brag about.
Oh,
It's very easy to talk about the negative, but when you talk about the fact that twice a month you have basically an open house
Yes, it is.
for folks who want to come work for East Baton Rouge Parish School System, and if you come on in, we'll basically help you through the process.
Exactly.
That's something to brag about. To hear that BREC has something very similar, that if you come on in, we have individuals that are dedicated to provide you with assistance in applying for jobs. I'm so proud of you all.
oh, thank you.
I've been in HR for 20 years, and most of my clients, and in my career at the time, this would be, you'd have to have a huge, robust department to do it. But
Right.
but to hear that you all are taking that extra effort in your HR departments to really hire, and it's working, obviously, right? The way you connect with folks to walk them through the process is obviously working, but there's still so many more jobs out there. And in this show, we want to encourage folks to go and apply for jobs at BREC. You can go online, or you can walk right in their doors and to get assistance to apply for job, as well as our East Baton Rouge Parish School System. And what I've learned is, they're not just hiring teachers at our East Baton Rouge Parish School System. There's an array of jobs available at our school system. BREC, tell me, what type of culture? She's done a great job at talking about the culture that they are working to create for employees and put at the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. What type of culture would you say a candidate should expect when they apply or go to work for BREC, as well as what type of people do you look for in your hiring process?
It's very interesting, and thank you for asking. We initiated our culture of kindness actually the fourth quarter of last year, because we realized everybody is important and they need to be seen. They need to know that they're valued as an employee of our organization. So with that, we started with signage, putting up various posters, flyers to start our culture of kindness. And so what we've done this quarter is we have a word each quarter that we're emphasizing how we're developing it. So our word for the second quarter of this year is empathy. So teaching about empathy and having empathy when you're working with your employee. We've also sent out an activity that the supervisor can do with the employee, as well as the employee can do with their colleague, to understand what empathy is. Our word for the third quarter is going to be compassion. Then we're going to respect, and then we're going to grace and grow. Our ultimate goal is to grow. And so that's going to be our plan for the year coming forward.
I love that.
We have a word for every quarter. We're putting it out in our newsletter. And we've also asked employees, when you see someone exhibiting kindness, you can take a picture of it and send it to our Culture of Kindness website, and we'll post it in our Park Lunch newsletter.
So you're building culture and employee engagement at the same time.
At the same time, yes.
Good. Now, are those the type of employees you look to hire who will embrace these values, or, what are some things that you all look for besides the normal, whatever certifications, licensings, or educational requirements? Is there a type of person, that fits well in BREC?
What BREC has to offer is a very diverse work environment, and that means that we have pretty much everything you could think of that you have an interest in right under the roof of BREC. Whether you want to design a park, so that would be in planning and engineering,
okay.
Or if you want to work in the park and help us with the maintenance, you can assist us in park operations. Or you're an animal lover, you can work at BREC's Baton Rouge Zoo. Then we have a variety of special
I've always wanted to work
facilities.
at the zoo.
We're hiring. I'm looking for animal tech, so that's an opportunity as well. And a veterinarian. That's a current opportunity that we have as well.
Okay.
But if you're interested in working at anywhere from Independence Park Theater to Magnolia Mound, we also have the observatory. So BREC has an opportunity for everyone. Whatever stage of life they're in, we have an opportunity for you.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that whatever stage of life you're in. For our more wiser individuals in age, are they? Do you have positions that fit them at your organization?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So like retirees.
Yes, we
Things
do have
like
a
that?
retired return. Yes. So because of the shortages also that exacerbate the whole vacancy that we're in, we've expanded, and we've always hired retired returns, right? And there's a keen sense of appreciation for them because they're already seasoned, right? What does that mean? They already have the skill sets, they know how to deal with students, etc. And they've been in doing the grunt work for a while. So it's a lot easier to get them onboarded, and they will stay with us. And we take great pride in recruiting those folks and retaining them because they could take their skill set elsewhere. So yes, there's always opportunities
So
for
seniors
everyone.
that are out there, and I have several seniors in my system. My nonprofit organization works to help people get jobs. And there are a lot of senior citizens that, and when I say senior citizens, that's over 60. So these folks are pretty young, you know what I mean?
Yes.
At 60. That's
40s
not
a new 60.
exactly. But they are eager to work. Some of them, of course, aren't interested in full-time work. Do you all offer part-time employment, let's say for those individuals who maybe have retired or maybe have other obligations but would love to have a part-time job? Do part-time jobs exist in your organizations?
Yes, and we love to welcome our seasoned employees, as we like to call them, into our organization because we know they have wisdom, knowledge, but a strong work ethic. And that helps to even develop the youth and the younger persons coming into the workforce with that experience. We have a variety of part-time opportunities. Most of them are within our recreation centers, as most of our facilities open from 3 to 8 in the evening, or a community park that's open from sun up to sundown. So that's another advantage that we have at BREC is a flexible work schedule. Whether it is you're looking for a second job or just working in the evening, or the possibility of working on the weekends, we have those opportunities.
Oh, good. So for those folks who are looking for part-time jobs, BREC is definitely an opportunity for you all, especially at their parks. And you may be able to work at a park right in your own neighborhood. What about EBR? Many part-time positions?
We do.
And I'm sorry,
Especially-
and Mr.
Yeah.
Edward, you can feel free to always interject. But any part-time positions, Mr. Recruiting Manager?
Yes, sir. We do have part-time positions also, and we're also looking to fill those now. But I also want to get back to what you were saying about the retirees, because not only we've noticed that not only have retired teachers come back, but a lot of people just in the community who have worked in different fields for years, they've retired and they've been home for a year or two, and they're like, well, I want to do something. I want to give back. And we've been successful seeing a lot of them come back and want to teach because they don't necessarily want to do what they've done for the past 20 or 30 years or whatnot.
Right.
So having them come in with the experiences that they have in the businesses that they've been in, that's also a pool that we're looking to tap into because they worked out well for us.
Well, I have a testimony. And I want to sincerely thank EBR school system. My mother retired from the city Head Start after about 39 or 40 years. She sat down for a couple of years and got really bored. And now, I guess now for a year, maybe year and a half, she's been one of your grandparents.
Oh,
She
cool.
does 20 hours a week in one of your elementary schools. And when I tell you, it has made her life, brought her life so much joy. In fact, she has grandchildren, my nieces and nephews, and when I go by and I say, "How your babies doing?" she goes, "Which ones?" Because her classroom, her kindergarten are her babies, and she always has wonderful stories. In fact, she does more than 20 hours a week because she loves it so much. She went in on her birthday just to go to one of their end of school year programs. She's like, "My babies got their program today, and I wasn't supposed to work today, but I'm going in."
Yeah.
So absolutely, I want to thank you all for that personal benefit that your employment programs has had on my family as it relates to after my mom served, 39, 40 years working. She retired, and now she's working part-time for the school system and loving it
Yes.
in the classroom.
That's awesome.
So it's good to know that there's a wide variety of jobs available both at BREC and the East Baton Rouge Parish School System. And you can go into their doors and try to get a job, We have lots of people that inbox me and that text me that are seeking employment. And so here are two great answers in our community, two great organizations that both are working and have a culture that sounds very inviting, that sounds like it's a very pleasant place to work. Now, like in all jobs,
Yeah.
no day is perfect or every day isn't perfect, but it sounds as if you're striving for a good culture and you're getting good results in both of these organizations. What I like to talk about now is a group of people who sometimes feel left out and behind. Those who are formerly incarcerated. And of course, I know that you have job requirements and clearances. So first, I'd like for you all to talk about those job requirements, such as background checks, et cetera, as they apply to what you do, and if there are any opportunity for those who may have some type of criminal background, and it could be, from minor violations to, more violence. But what do people who may be listening, watching Facebook Live right now, or we replay the show on 106.1 FM, what message do you have to those individuals about possibilities of working for your organizations? Those with criminal backgrounds. Either or can go first.
I want to go.
One thing I would say from my years of experience in working with a very diverse or different application group, know the difference between a minor, a misdemeanor, and a felony.
Gotcha.
Because oftentimes that's not a question on our application, but it is something we ask in our interview process. As a park and recreation system, we have to be in compliance with the Louisiana revised statutes as it relates to the Child Protection Act. So there are certain offenses that we cannot hire for. Typically, they align to distribution of drugs, any type of sexual abuse of a child, or battery. Outside of that window, we can look and see. Also, you need to understand how long ago, because oftentimes people put an offense or say they were convicted of something, and that may have been what they were arrested for and not the actual conviction. So that's my two takeaways. I would say know the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony, and know what you were actually convicted of. Also, if you are in that situation where you had a run-in with the law, see if there's a way to get your record expunged. That's another big opportunity, and that can also create opportunities for a person to get employment, because we all make mistakes. And I think if they can tap into that opportunity, that could assist them as well.
Okay.
And also, don't let that keep you from applying for a position.
Okay.
If you don't apply, you never know what can happen.
Okay.
So even if you do have something on your record, especially just like you said, minor or misdemeanor offenses, just try it. And once we go through our clearances, our background checks,
You'll make a determination.
Exactly. So you never know unless you try.
Because you might have folks that bounce checks. And I know in my practice, in our field of work, if we're not hiring you for the finance department, if you bounce checks when you were in college and I know I did. I'm not ashamed to say I did. But if you bounced a few checks while you were in college, hey, if we're not hiring you to manage our money, then there's a possibility that if you qualify otherwise, you may get a job. So what about EBR? Do you all have pretty much?
So,
What's
so
your-
a couple of things. We would love to hire everybody. We think everyone is awesome. However, we have strict guidelines with the LDOE, with the
And that
state.
LDO is the Department of Education.
Yes, yes, with the state, and no organization likes to end up on the front page of any newspaper. Right. So we do our due diligence. We encourage everyone to apply. If there is things that comes up in someone's background, if it has nothing to do with child protection or any violence, I go directly to our general counsel and I make sure I vet it with him first to make sure that this individual, whatever their offenses are, there are certain statutes that it falls in that you just cannot hire, right? And then he'll give me the green light, a written approval to go ahead, or a written disapproval said can't happen, right? But for me, what I want to express is that I, as a chief of HR, I'm a reasonable, rational individual, but I'm also responsible, right? And even though I have a heart to help everyone as much as I can, so even though there may not be an opportunity for a person who may have a history of violence in their past, because of the relationships that we're building with other community organizations, there may be opportunities elsewhere where I could just pass off and said, hey, I think this individual would be a great fit for your organization. They're not a good fit for us because of these guidelines, right? So as you know, Mr. Roberts explained, don't let that stop you from applying. Even though we have a rigorous steps that we have to take and their background check, and we have to abide by those, we still have relationships throughout the community that we can still help to get you, because if we get you a job, that means the economy of the community gets better. That means your livelihood gets better. That means you're always going to remember that relationship effort that occurred on our part to bridge the gap, right? So we want to ensure that the love, the warm and fuzzy feeling, like I always call it, is felt beyond EBR in the community and beyond. So don't let that stop you from applying.
Absolutely. One last question, and before I have you all give closing statements and share more information about how to apply. So once we get hired, what are some of the things what are some of the expectations of your new hires as well as your current employees that the agency expects you to do, or that's most important, or among the top things that you expect? So, because many of us can get in the door and get the job, but it's about keeping the job and staying on the job that matters. And so what is it that once you're hired, what are some standards or expectations that you all have for employees at your organizations?
So you want to take it? Sure. Okay. All right. That's all right. I'm going to say it with my chest. So performance is one. Because you got the job, you did an awesome job in the interview, we help you through the process, and now you're here. We expect you to perform, right? The superintendent expects me to perform, and it goes all the way down. The students need us to perform, right? So that's one. Attendance. I cannot stress that.
Coming to work.
Come to work. Come to work. If you're a teacher, you only have 182 days. There's no way you should be missing half of those. All right? You get 10 sick days per year. And if by January rolls around and you're at 20, you got to come see me, it's not good. Right? We need you to work, come to work, be on time for work, follow directives, and care about our kids, right? We are kid-centered. That's it. Our focus is kid-centered. That's it, right? But those two things, performance and attendance, are the two driving forces. If you don't want to see my face, don't do those, and then you get a call to come see me. But if you do those great things, you'll be okay. You'll be with us for, part of the family forever.
Yes. Gotcha. Okay. And at BREC, what are some expectations or standards you have once you're hired to work at BREC?
Performance and attendance are key, but I would say come with an open mind. come willing to learn about BREC, who we are, and all the great opportunities, programs that we have to offer. Be open to learning our system because it's a very unique park system. We're one of the largest park systems in the United States. This is our third time winning the National Gold Medal Award, and we're very excited about that.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. And so we have a lot of opportunity, and so we're unique, and we've been going through a change. You know, you've advanced in technology, and so you're trying to keep up with the technology, but the most important thing is also being able to provide that service to our community and being able to be welcoming to the persons that come into our facility and ensure they have an excellent experience.
Good, good, good. BREC and East Baton Rouge Parish School System are here on the show. They have shared great information about numerous jobs that are available at their organization. So if you're unemployed or you know someone that's unemployed, you should definitely refer them to BREC and to the East Baton Rouge Parish School System for their employment opportunities. We've talked about seniors, opportunities for jobs for those who are over 60 or over 65, retirees, as well as we've talked about those who may have something on their record, but they want an opportunity. Apply. You have the right to apply, and you must be honest, and who knows, there may be some opportunities for you at both of these organizations. In closing, please share again those fantastic dates that you all have where people can come in for to learn and to gain assistance in applying, as well as your websites and your addresses, so that folks, if you are looking for a job, BREC and East Baton Rouge Parish School System are two places you can go.
So I would say at any age, at any stage in your life, BREC has a place for you. We start employment at age 16 and go all the way up to wherever you may be in life.
Wherever you may be in life.
Wherever you may be. We are located at 6201 Florida Boulevard. We're open from 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. There are persons available to assist anyone with an application. And you can also go to our website at www.brec.org and click on Human Resources.
Excellent. EBR?
Mr. Roberts?
Every second Tuesday.
Every second Tuesday.
Every fourth Tuesday.
What times?
Paraprofessionals 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
Paraprofessionals, bus operators, child nutrition. We're doing the second Tuesday of each month. Teachers, we're going to be doing the fourth Tuesday of each month at central office from 4 to 6. You can come in any day if you have questions.
Oh, wow.
Or if you need help.
That's good to know.
Simply ask for myself, Edward Roberts. You can always email me at eroberts@ebrschools.org. Our website has all of our jobs, ebrschools.org. Hit the careers tab and you will see a list of all the jobs that we have available, that we have open. We encourage you to apply. We encourage you to ask questions. Even if you don't think or you never thought this was something for you, maybe it is. It doesn't hurt to try. So we just encourage everybody, if it's something that you thought about. A lot of people don't know that they're eligible to actually be teachers just because they've done something else or they have degrees in something outside of education. We have ways to help them with all that.
Okay, excellent. Well, thank you all so much for your patience and for joining me on what's going on. I hope that this is fruitful for you all. Again, everybody, if you're unemployed nowadays, seek some opportunity at BREC as well as East Baton Rouge Parish School System. I know the leadership, their governing boards, they're great people, and there are tons of opportunities. And so they welcome you all to apply, and let's get employed. And remember, it's not just getting the job, but you have to perform and do well to keep and stay on the job. Again, thank you all for listening to What's Going On. My name is Dr. James Gilmore, and stay tuned. We have more employers that are lined up to come on the show. I think BRCC will be here soon to talk about employment opportunities, as well as a couple of hospitals. So there are jobs in Baton Rouge. You just have to get ready and know how to apply. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.